Well, we're into Vertigo. Still slightly on the delayed side of things, but into the fun.
If we don't have at least an hour and a half of tech pauses. It's not Challenger League, you know? It wouldn't feel like home. Okay, Mike?
We do have to take our time. We do have to take our time with these things. But not taking the time with this pistol round, it does seem like paiN are going to rock in towards an A-ramp take here. Smoke sets up for the CT side, but they're not really doing anything behind it. They've got this setup, this double man setup in towards mid. Now they'll start to float Kusta in to reinforce this A site. 2 Molotovs, 2 smokes. Sounding out behind the cement bags. That was presumably just a cheap way to potentially flush someone out of that position if they were there. Now the util comes through. Molotov. Fourth player off a jump up. Gonna just get this bomb down. Nightbon's doing that exactly that. The Molotov ensures that no one can get on top of him. And this is a pretty good setup for paiN. They don't lose a man. They get the bomb down. 5 on 5, 10 alive is not bad for one of these retakes when your opponents don't have a smoke.
And they still have a molly, which will go out now. That'll buy even more time. Daps will burn down low, and Nekis will claim a frag on Zakusta. This one is looking incredibly tough because Daps has that kit. And as Zap mentioned, he is already damaged on up. Big Uzera swings on the next. This one is all but over. The damage has been done. The time has ticked away. There's no utility to finish this round. And it'll take him a minute. Nekis will be able to close things on out with the 8 of PK out.
There we go. paiN gaming on the board. Nicely executed pistol round, pretty much exactly as they drew it up. All right, now it's just, hey, we drew up this plan on the chalkboard. Everything went exactly correctly. Would not have gone better. All right, I guess I'll stay alive and kill everyone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah, got all 5 kills with knives.
It works out beautifully.
Yeah, it definitely could have been a better round. But a pretty solid round, all things considered, in this investment. Quite meager from Orgless. What do they have to work with? Couple SMGs, couple Deegs, a scout for Kusta.
Daps is in a cheeky spot, though.
Okay, yeah,
this is interesting.
cheeky indeed.
And he's got Beebles with him.
Yeah, that's tough. The scout will fall, but that should prime this flank to come on through, and Hardzao was ready for it. Holds against Daps. The trade does come, but look at that. AK recovered. B-Wills now has it in his hands. paiN Gaming, do they continue this push, or do they double back to contend with their flank? Because that bomb, it's still down. Someone will have to work recovery duty.
Well, that's the exact same smoke they were throwing this round. This time, just one on the right as well to cover it off. They do need to get that bomb. They're going to take the forward positioning for now, trying to eliminate spots. Is there a cop to Deagle shot in the elbow? That's going to sting. Be feeling that one on rainy days for years to come. But bomb's going down. It does seem like Orgless are going to concede this. Now, here's the question. Do they read this as a fake, or are they just conceding? They've got a recovered AK-47. Seems like they might just be saving this into the next. Or are they just going around on the flank? I mean, they don't have time at this point, not without kits. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be a save. That's an interesting one, right? They really weren't out of this round, especially with PKL and Pikuzera. I guess that damage was unconfirmed, but still.
But no kit. Relatively little utility. I mean, the expected value for bringing the guns on into the next is pretty high. An AK to work with would have been a meager buy regardless. Nekis will still try and chase down kills in the end here, and doesn't look like he'll be able to. So, 3 guns taken into the next.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. See what they can do with them. Obviously, you're not expecting Daps and Kusta too much, but you're going to toss the Deagle over, spread the wealth, make sure that they've got something to work with, and even armor in. So, what they got going here? That's a chunky nade. Take what little utility you have, make it effective. Swisher going to get the opener as well with that SMG. This is looking a little wary for paiN. They've been put on notice, and we saw this. This was an issue for both teams over on Overpass. Losing rounds to buys, you really shouldn't be. This has not started well for paiN.
No. But it was an issue there, isn't an issue here. Because Big Azera could have a play in towards mid. If we can take down Swisher, or even just claim this space, things start to feel a little bit better. Molly committed, and he doesn't want to over-aggress in this one. Still, he's keeping 2 players here. And he might have just bought another rotation. They suspect something could be up towards mid. That's given an opening. Towards the ramp. Looks to regroup. The squad as they contact up the ramp here. Make their way in towards this A site. Molly is committed to clear out the sandbags. Taking your time with this one. Thorough on the utility usage. Because the hit will eventually come on through. Smoke wall will keep everyone at bay. Is there a flash? There is. Daps has one. It would have to be big. The connection would have to be massive for this play to be able to work on that one. Planted flash comes through. The T-shot. Complete denial on all fronts. Daps is now alone. In this endeavor, he has no armor, nothing to work with, bar an AK, and he'll be cut on down. Go to recovery from paiN.
What a massive recovery as well, right? It gets so risky in the beginning, but then from there on out, they don't lose a body. They keep it relatively clean. They keep that money flowing. Now we're going to get the real investment for Orgless. Now we're going to get the real investment coming through from Orgless. Don't have the EWP. See if that is something that they want to go to. I would expect it, because there was heating up with that scope. Again, had a bit of a slow start, but at this point it is extremely early days. And they don't realize. No, they do. Kusta finds PKL trying to get cheeky through that smoke. That was potentially a position. Could have gotten a bit hairy, but PKL instead just gives up his life. No opportunity to build off of that. Trying to make a cheeky play, and the cheeky play got caught. Got checked. Where they want to go with it. It does seem like they want to come back towards the ramp, though. And Nithon deletes Daps to soften up this hold. It's all going to be onto Kusta. They're coming around onto him. He's just by the scaffolding. They're going to clear it. There's one, only one found for Kusta. Utility in, but they're past it. Slow. Molotov? No. Zero ready to punish if anyone's in towards cement. Instead, it's going to be Minus and Swisher to try and hold the line. A flank is on, but it'll take a while to develop. D-Will's working his way through on that. And as paiN Gaming stalls out, here comes the flank. Oh, D-Will's could be huge. That's the bomb as well at the bottom of ramp. That would be a huge find, a huge catch. She's got one, but it's instantly traded.
Do they run back now? Did they re-clear this, or did they still commit in towards this A site? There are options.
Bailing.
30 seconds. Because Sarah doesn't commit to the play, though. Hardzao now working his way back on through.
He faked the audio, too.
Orgless have split. Yeah, they heard the audio, and Minus rotated off of it. They're going to work their way back up towards this A site now. 15 seconds on the clock. They have to go quickly in this endeavor, but timing could be on Swisher's side. He's working his way. He's been spotted, but the jump up, the ambulance missed time. Big Azera will be able to get the plant down. Has us into a 1 versus 2. Swisher is isolated, spotted. Azera's behind these tools now, and he just cannot get it done versus Minus. The play was all there. It was all smart, right? Cut out that rotation, make the sound cue, force them to go the other direction, but then the timing in the 1 versus 1 towards the side hall swings the way of the CTs, and that round slips away from paiN.
Awkward on the jump. I mean, even Big Azera in that 1v2 gave himself such a prime opportunity, right? You can see the gears turning in his head. He plans to avoid the side hall player, knowing that the other guy's gone towards B, or at least assuming that the other guy's gone towards B and might have a slower rotation. Bomb goes down, then he knows both players' position. Ideally, he gets that first shot onto Swisher, but Swisher does a good job of not presenting him the broad target, so he can't get that kill through, but he knows he needs to react to the player coming back to spawn, and, well, he doesn't quite have the shots down. Still gave him a chance to win it. This time there's no Molotov for cement, and Minus will take advantage of that. Kill on through. A ramp closed for business, but mid's been opened up. Swisher spots a leg, but he gets away from the gun. The player's so close. No, not at all. Good job even to find that damage, but Nekuz has evened up the scoreline, and now there's a path just straight in towards B. And if they find B-Wills, well, this is a free and clear site, and now they've got it.
That they do is split in through mid, space secured. What do you do now if you're Orgless? 3 versus 4 to work with util. That's a plenty, but money, it is rough. 650 on Minus. Daps, $0. But he's spotted out $600. Just walking out in the open, and guess what? That his delivery of $600 also comes with a $2,700 weapon as well. AK will be recovered, so now a 3 versus 3 with that timer. It has been ticking as all that has been developing. This bomb has been working its way on down. The question is It's just too late. Kusta's found one. They want to fight forward. Kusta another. So Nithon alone, but he has to have but again, he has that timer to play the first kill that goes his way. It's a matter of denying on towards his bomb. Where's the defuse? It's a lineup. It's a stick, and it's Nithon with the clutch.
A 1v3, a 4K in the round. The Nithon suffocates them. He's a constrictor, and he gives no oxygen over to Orgless. They cannot take that round. And that's a critical juncture as well. That's a potential huge swing, because now the CTs are going to have to take the eco here. They're going to have to deal with this. They've just got the Deagles out. We know those can be dangerous, but it's not too much of a concern yet for paiN. And here's a chance to really build up these precious T-side rounds. It's not as much of a heavy lean on this map as it is perhaps in Europe, but it still matters. Oh,
Still
nice
does.
shot from Nekius.
Yeah, and Nekius is still just looking. Last one. Clean around here. B-Reels is the only man left alive. Just that Deagle to work with. paiN Gaming have let a few of these slip by this game.
All right. Op out. Kusta time. It's Kusta time. Everyone knows it. Kusta time on the server. What's he going to do? A-ramp peek. Pretty traditional, pretty vanilla for an opper, but if he hits good, that's fine. Here we go. There's a boost up on the other side. The op is as well. Looking for him. They're looking for this duel. Looking for this fight. PKL's gaining some ground. Oh, there's the shot hit. Kusta connects. Backs away. They're keeping Minus up close. They're keeping Minus aggressive. That flashbang sets him up, and he's deleted. So the trade comes in. Kusta's now been lost. Now that ramp makes him vulnerable.
Oh no, Daps had swung into it too, and he goes down. So now it's a 4v2. This is a man advantage from the start. This is an opener of the op with a reply from Brazil. Excellent. Fisher making a play. It's just one. He needed so much more in that round. And look at Hardzao. Insurance policy. Flank on through. It's not even requisite though, because Big Guzera takes the final man 6-1. paiN Gaming looking so good.
They're bullying Orgless right now, but we did see an early lead slip away for paiN. Though, admittedly, Orgless had more to work with at that point. This one could be rough. Eagles out. We did say we didn't know much of what we were going to get from Orgless's Vertigo. It hadn't been great for them so far. Trickier map, perhaps, for this squad. And okay, Nithon. Okay, Nithon. Peering over the smoke. Just plucking them on out of the waters of ramp. He's going fishing. He's caught him a couple big ones.
Big fish to fry.
Do you fry fish? I feel like you secretly might be someone who knows how to fish. Do you fish?
No, I don't. But I
Okay.
grew up in a town where fishing, I'm from Wisconsin. Fishing was very big there. Fish fries were also very big.
Okay, okay.
I was gonna take this in another direction. Have you ever had, like, Brazilian barbecue?
Sure.
I've heard very good things, but I've never had it.
Oh, you've never had it?
No.
There's
not
places
once.
here. There's places here in Philly. We can go.
I mean, I've been on the esports grind. Only Korean barbecue. Apparently.
Only Korean barbecue. Only Korean barbecue. Brazilian barbecue's an experience, right? Because it's just like,
Yeah.
it just you. Most places, you sort of have your flag or your token or whatever. And
Sure.
when you put it up, they just keep bringing you food. You flip it over. And you just go ham. It's a good time. The trick,
Yeah.
the real trick.
Pro tip. Okay.
Pro tip in my experience at Brazilian steakhouses is even if there are some things that will look good, like the sausages, the chicken breast, that kind of thing. Don't be distracted by them. They're fool's gold. You got to go for the primo stuff, prime rib, the lamb chops.
They're all the same.
Well, once you pay a flat rate, right?
Okay, so they try and
mean, you
fill
just-
you up on the cheap stuff.
Well, they just give you the options. They give you the options. I don't blame them for giving you the options, but you have to avoid being tempted by them because they are good. Don't get me wrong, but you got to go for the primo stuff. paiN Gaming, go for a primo 7th round.
Now I want to go get some Some Brazilian barbecue. That sounds very tempting. Sounds very delicious.
I don't know that any of the spots are open at 11 at night, but you know.
At 11 at night, we'll probably still be here for a little bit longer. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe a
Might have to
task for another day.
Might
Maybe
have to
that's
shelve
what,
that one.
If one of the Brazilian teams wins Challenger League this season,
We'll go get barbecue.
I think we gotta
Okay.
go get barbecue to celebrate.
All right, we'll go to a Brazilian steakhouse.
That seems fair. It seems
Go
fair.
hit up Fogo.
In their honor. I mean, there's a lot of Brazilian teams who could be in playoff contention, so a good chance that one of them could make a run, but we're getting way out wide. We'll narrow back on in. Orgless, they've taken a tactical timeout. This is the moment where they need to turn this ship around. Kusta's been good. A couple of these big openers for the AWP, it's just been a struggle to convert off of them. Nython has been hitting big time, 13-2 for the new man in the server. Is this time, we'll post towards mid, but we'll test it. It's not yet. Cal might give it a try. And now the forces do join, so Kusta, an opportunity. He's reading that someone will want to boost on up of the box, but no one's coming. Instead, he'll just look to play off the contact of his teammate. Oh, that's Daps. Off that, off the seeds. Daps finds blood, but it's 1-for-1, and the damage was dealt. Kusta is going quick with this one. Big Zero for the opener, and Kusta in a tough position. Spotted out, taken down. Big Zero, this man is on a mission. The fire's still burning from map number 1. It's continued into map number 2, and now Swisher is in such a tough spot. $400 in the back pocket, an AK in your hands.
Got it back
Utility
away.
to save. This has to be a save.
Yeah, he's backing. He's tail tucking. You can't justify it. You can't go for it. Even down 8-1. I mean, at some point they're gonna have to go, but this is a hopeless situation, and they'll bail on out of there. Bail right on out. Orgless getting bullied here on Vertigo, and we're seeing why paiN love this as a comfort pick. Nython has been phenomenal. 14-2 to this point, and as you said, Viguzera as well, bringing the big contributions. Oof. Maybe looking a little bleak for Orgless. I mean, to be fair, this is kind of how we painted at the beginning. We thought this was likely going to be a 3-mapper, but that would have required each team to take their map pick. This isn't really a matchup where you, or certainly a map where you expected Orgless to have a whole lot of upset capability.
No. I've just found out Hardzao's name is Wesley.
What? Really?
Hardzao's name is Wesley.
Wesley? Like Princess Bride Wesley?
Yeah. People from Brazil named Wesley. An interesting one there. Cool name, though.
I'm intrigued.
Yes. Well, this round, the man aforementioned, Mr. Hardzao, will just be holding. Trying to see if someone's looking a little more aggressive. Down below, B-Wheels has dropped off that staircase, but smoke has to be committed. He'll have to concede, so we stay 4v4.
Here's where I ask the movie references. Have you seen The Princess Bride?
I have.
Okay, good. Okay,
Twice,
good.
actually.
It's a quality movie. Eminently quotable. Infinitely rewatchable. Great movie. If anyone in chat hasn't seen it, go check it out.
Solid movie.
Neck is an opener. There's the trade as well. And once again, A is ripe for the taking. It's not looking good. Kusta and B-Wills will be here to reinforce. They are going to commit themselves in towards the fight at 2-on-3. It's not out of control yet, but we need some nifty shooting. And Kusta's looking the wrong way to do so. Leaves himself open to a broadside on the side hall. And oh, Big Uzera will just get her finished for another 3K. Back-to-back multi-kills from the man in a 9th round on as paiN Gaming hunt for them double digits.
They're hungry for it. 9-1. Orgless are in a bit of trouble here. Just the pistols to work with in this run. If there was ever a time for one of those wacky eco rounds to be pulled off, it would have to be now. But the thing is that, oh, it has been the side of paiN just looking dominant throughout. Nython now up to 15-2. Big Uzera right behind him, 14-3. Practically just a 2v5. These guys are so dominant. Their teammates sit back, relax, find a couple frags in towards the late round. All good.
Alright, Swisher Deagle. Because they're going to need it at this point. Kusta's already down. Swisher's going hunting. I no longer believe in the Deagle 4K. Had to wait around the corner. And he gets one. be worse. Not gonna get a whole lot better. The bodies are dropping one after another. These dominoes are falling. And well, Minus might be a little bit too stiff of a domino to fall just yet. He's gonna need a whole lot more. And at this point, Daps is in a foot race to try and get towards site, and Hardzau's beating him to it. Daps could get a bit cheeky. He's spotted, and he's down for the count. This should likely be over. In 95% of situations, you'd say save the AK here, but really they just need a dang round, so Minus might be time to play the hero.
Well, heroics will be tough when you have no utility, nothing on your belt, no technology to work with, and no kit. That's the biggest one. That works against him. Someone's already working on a flank. It's a late round of Minus. Cannot even get past the first hurdle. Heroic, sure, they're attempted, but it's not looking very super in this one. 10-1. paiN Gaming.
Well, paiN Gaming trying to get us back on track, schedule-wise, timing-wise. Sorry for the delay. They're rolling back through it, but let's see what Orgless can muster here, because it has been bleak. Admittedly, they haven't had too many of these full buys, but they've got it now. Are they going to do anything with it? A little bit of aggression out ramp. The fight will come through. Utility from both sides. The base being taken now. Flashbangs. Set up Beast. Not super effective just yet. Oh, and Nithon.
Okay.
Just going to collect one through the scaffolding. Kusta's trying to bring this back, but there's too many targets, and they're hopping through. Dreams of hopping T players. And Kusta can't bring it home.
Dude, check his PC. How does he find that shot? Obscene. To get Nithon started now. 5 versus 4. They'll pause, they'll hold, they'll wait for reaggression, which really is yet to come. Orgless not being given any opportunities, any openings in this one. Swisher will hold the side hole. He's alone, and there's utility to zone him off of this angle. paiN Gaming, again, being thorough, even with these man advantages.
Krieg out for Nekis is an interesting one. This is the first round, if I'm not mistaken. Surprised, honestly, that they're changing up much of anything, considering how much success they've been having, but a little bit more of that scope. PKL down for the count. Swisher holding on at the side hall, but there we go. There's the Krieg making its presence felt. Zera has a cheeky spot here. He's been ripping out these multi-kills, and that time the Krieg gets a little bit screwy. The bombs drop forward as well. This could be a big problem. Uh-oh. Hardzao needs to get that bomb planted, and he'll just take the fight, trying to bring through a kill, and B-Wills finally gets them a second round.
The bomb RNG works so well in that one for Orgless. They force the fight forward. A great individual play from Daps. He only goes 1 for 1, but what he does is drops the bomb, buys the time, and in a big way swings that round towards Orgless. They needed that, Mike. Oh, they really did, but the question is it enough? Because look at paiN Gaming. They have so much money left over. Nithon invested almost 10K into this round. He still has 5 grand left over.
A little bit of an update on some of the other games that are underway. ATK has apparently dropped 0-2 to 1-top. So that puts 1-top in a very interesting situation where they can now really make a run at the playoffs. So Group A could get weird. And for paiN, it's very important for them to take this win, to take this series, to give them less of a chance of getting caught up in that weirdness. B-Wills wants to keep it weird, keep things strange. And he's doing a very good job of it now. Suddenly, new signs of life found for Orgless, and so much control deep into the backlines means that paiN are going to be forced up into this ramp play, and Swisher's just going to lay 2 down.
And he does! Life breathed anew into this Orgless squad as money will now start to look pretty good for them, and they'll be able to pick up a little bit of momentum within their sales. 5 to 10, it's still not great, but at least it's something. paiN Gaming, I want to see what the changes. Do they switch up the pace on us? Do they try and go back to mid? They had quite a few successful plays, seeing as all they were doing was winning in these early rounds, and on this one, it'll actually be Kusta to make the variation. He moves his AWP over to the other side of the map, wanted to test to see if it would be something faster towards B. It is not, so he re-rotates.
game and slowing down the pace on this one. Certainly on the A ramp fight. Maybe a little bit cowed after the last few. Holding for some aggression as well. You can see Nick is pretty far back. Hardzao looking for it by the B steps. PKL, though, has an opener. Minus out of play. Now things get interesting once more. What can Kusta do? Needs to deliver with this AWP. He's being called upon. Nython just on the other side. If he goes around this corner, and it looks like he wants to, he's thinking about it. Oh, flicks off, and it's a standoff, but he's losing his teammates in the meantime, so he's really going to have to do it all himself. Molly to buy time to allow for the rotates for his teammates. They're tracking it in, but 50 seconds. He's got off the edge of the map, and paiN-hardzao doesn't even let him fall.
Oh, no. What a stumble from Orgless. It was looking so good for a brief moment. Now they've slipped away. Still, 5v2. Players are in the right position, but Bomb, not part of this just yet. Swing forward. B-Wills does well to find himself a double, but it will only be a double. Nython on the shutdown. His AWP ringing to find his 17th and 18th frags. Final round of the half now, and the money is meager for that CT side.
They're going to squeeze every drop they can out of it, but certainly no AWP available. Rifles will be limited. Many SMGs, so maybe go for a little bit of a Hail Mary play here. A little bit of that barrel down aggression. Perhaps getting aggressive in towards mid. No, actually, he's not. Yeah, they're not really doing much of it anywhere. Minus wants to get into the fun. Flash him through. Flash him through. Flash him through. Go for it. No flash. Just death. A lot of flashes available for the Orgless side, but just try and catch the time through the smoke, and he'll be down for the count. B-Wills follows him into the grave, and this is looking bleak.
Indeed, PKL does fall, so we'll fight back in at least. But again, it's only these 1-for-1 trades, and that favor's still not good enough for the side of Orgless. The MP9's remaining, and it's a pretty wide separation. Boost over towards the ramp. And he's dead. Nython rips his head off just above the fringes of the smoke. So Dap's now alone. Far from where that bomb is heading, mid the destination. He might be able to find a backstab here.
Here's the thing, right? The engine by which most CT sides run is that ramp take. You got to be able to hold off that ramp take. They weren't able to hold off that ramp take. The end result, 12-3 half. We'll be back in a bit. All right. 12-3 is the scoreline. It's pretty bleak for Orgless. The CT side really regarded to be in favor here on this Vertigo map. Should give paiN a prime opportunity to close out this series.
A prime opportunity indeed, and well, that favored CT side is where the squad will look to lay. But it's aggression early on. Punish. paiN-hardzao and Nython both fall. And the trade's only for one. Tough position now for these CTs to play within. A bit of a different plant spot than what we normally see, but the smokes to allow for it is into the 1v2. PKL goes on HP. He is, but so too are his opponents. However, he's not ready for Kusta. Good angle from the newest man on this squad, and a massive round to be found for Orgless.
They needed it. They needed it. They really needed that kick in the pants to give them a chance to fight here. It's been the monsters of Nython and paiN-hardzao who've really been making their life miserable, right? And it's largely been that ramp fight that's just gone completely awry in the first half. But I'll be curious to see if it's as much of a focal point for Orgless' T-side themselves. Might have some different ideas here. At least early on, does seem like they're going to test the waters and give PKL some chances with the scout. Just pops a shot and backs away. He's trying to rotate that gun. shift it around, give them as many opportunities as possible to catch somebody off guard. How did B-Wells eat all this damage?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I didn't catch if it was aggression early. I think it might have been.
Hardzao's low as well. That must have been the engagement
Yeah.
between the two SMGs. I'm just surprised both of them walked away, to be quite frank. I don't know if that
You
was
don't
through
frequently
smoke.
see that when it's between two MP9s, but I suppose in gentleman's agreement, everyone lives through that one. But the destination for Orgless instead will be towards A. Up the ramp they go. Biguzera and Hardzao both still on the wrong side of this one. And Nithon close. Deagle on the shot misses, and he won't get a second opportunity. Minus takes him down, and Nekis, he's looking the wrong way. Turned in the incorrect direction. A back presented, and a back stabbed.
Mimi, you know what was turned the wrong way?
What?
His neck is.
I'm turning off my headset. Enjoy simulcasting.
Oh, boy. It's a moment like these that make it all worth it. Make the hour-long tech delay worth it. Just so we could share moments like these.
Smidgen of joy.
Just delight. Look at the health.
No.
I know they're not going to do anything in this round or go for anything in this round, but look at the health that Orgless actually get away with to keep everybody alive. If Hardzao knew this, I think he would just yeet himself at them with the SMG. I guess Biguzera now, just to get the money.
Yeah. But they don't know. And they won't. So, 5th round. Back in for Orgless. Little bit reinvested in towards this one, at least in way of that utility. paiN Gaming will bonus on through with the guns that they saved. And hope to have a stronger buy into the next.
PKL, or as you know him, Pickle.
That was a classic. I'm still a little disappointed.
That's not
that his
Pickle.
name's not Pickle.
Could have been. What could have been? What could have been for Biguzera? He's a dead man now. Ooh, that scout's still not hitting. It's not been looking particularly good, and now the pressure's on for PKL, so seems like he's going to back away. They still have control of mid. He really does need to be focused on the stairs fight. That was the bomb in the hands of Kusta. So maybe there's that temptation to chase. He's backed away. Rotating to join up with his teammates, and as they find kill after kill after kill, this is all kind of falling apart. What little they had to defend with has been whittled away, and paiN Gaming seems like might just be farming up some cash for that SMG.
Well, cash, at least that is secured on through. And it will be much better in towards the next. Their investment has been made, their nest egg has been saved on up. And Nekis has been spotted and should soon die for his position as well here, as Minus will jiggle in and out. Flash forward. Is there a follow-up? Just waiting for his opportunity. It'll be Minus instead. So a little less money than it was to Galil to find the final shot, but still, all's well, all is good. We're within 6 rounds now. But the reinvestment, this is the big test for Orgless.
Yeah, here's where things get interesting. Nithon's not going to have the AWP, which I would like to see that towards the ramp fight. I think he's going to be a bit of a nightmare. But even with the guns, it should be A-okay. And it's rifles across the board for both sides. So let's see what this picture starts to take shape as. Beebles wants to get aggressive out towards the steps. Is he going through this? He has. Oh my goodness, this is a really fast play from Orgless. Trying to catch paiN Gaming off guard, trying to catch them with their pants down, perhaps. And Biguzera, he's called in the cavalry, he's called in assistance from Hardzao, but he's got to be careful about where he puts his feet. Backing away.
Careful.
They've given it up. They had all that control, all that spacing, and they give it up for nothing.
It's surprising. There would have been a good opportunity for a pop there in towards the B site. Only 2 players were anchoring. Look at the utility. It's solid. I mean, it's a chance to overwhelm, but it doesn't happen, so we have to reassess, and, well, we have to rethink who might be winning this round, because now paiN Gaming have pushed himself into an excellent position. 5 versus 4. Nekis has claimed a lot of space in the ramp, so that calls for a rotation. Heavier stack back towards this B site.
This is one of those situations where the mini-map can get confusing. Daps is, in fact, below the B steps. He's not over on the air ramp corner. And here we go. Here's the hit on in. They are rocking on it. And that is a bit of a blunder from Hardzao. He had a prime position. They hadn't cleared it. And instead, everything falls apart all at once. Orgless, a bit of a blessing for them. A bit of a blessing that Hardzao couldn't realize the potential of that position. But either way, they're going to take it. Doesn't matter. They've got the round. They've got the bomb down. They're going to keep chugging on along here. That's a huge boon for Orgless, and they do capitalize.
Oh, boy. That is a very tough one to be losing out on. Very tough one indeed. So many advantages given early on for paiN Gaming. They find that pick over towards the ramp. Gusta goes down for pretty much nothing, but then just the re-hit back on in looks so excellent out of them. And the round comes on through. At least paiN Gaming will be able to save some guns into the next.
But a surprisingly effective buy around this. Surprisingly beefy. Let's see what they do with it. HARdzao wants some of that aggression towards the B steps. Maybe feeling a bit sheepish about how it went down last time. We'll take up more ground instead. At least at the moment, Orgless, I think, are expecting some aggression. Maybe they were expecting this to be a bit of an eco as well. So they're figuring out, feeling out what they've got, and Swisher is eating up big old chunks of mid. Nom 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 nom. Tasty mid.
Delicious, but even tastier is the treat of an opening pick or two.
Oh,
a delicious meal. You get an appetizer, you get an entree. Where's the dessert? Might just be B-Wills. But he gets away. So he will not be consumed just yet. His neck is. Oh, he wants something of his own. He wants something on his plate. Towards the ramp side, and he's got it. Now 3 down is Orgless. And Gusta's already been spotted. Nithon wants to punish this one. He wants that AWP. Recovering it would be so good for the side of paiN Gaming, but does he phase through the smoke? It's risky, sure, but it would be a massive opportunity to take down that Hopper regardless. Once that smoke falls, the kill should come on through. Is the barrel spotted? Somehow not yet. And Nithon actually shows face first. Now this gets a little bit awkward. 2 versus 4. Still, sure, we have to put that into context, but some space given and damaged players here. Neck is in HARdzao. Both low, but util. It's stronger for the CT side. They push it on forward to try and delay on towards this plant, and they've done that. 10 seconds now left. B-Wills has to commit to this in just a moment. Big Sarah pushes and denies. Rounds over just like that. Kusta should not be able to hold on to this weepon either, as he only has 13 HP.
They're gonna clock him.
They're clocking him. Oh,
did he make it through? Did he make it through?
I don't know. It was right on the line.
4,100. I think he may have died after time. I'm not sure how much he had in reserve beforehand, but he's got enough to get something going. The AWP might not be available, but a buy is. Nice find in the big green for Nithon, though. That can be brought over, so now they've got an op to work with on their CT side. This defense just gets stronger, and Orgless back against the wall on this one. This may be one of their last prime opportunities to keep this contentious. Or we could just see this dub fading away.
Oh, in mid. That might be the hollowed grounds, but won't be committed to by other side just yet. Nithon is working to re-clear that space. I like this from paiN Gaming. Repush, work forward, repost the hop, and find a kill off the spam. That's Kusta down. He was blinded up. He was stuck in the smoke, and Neck is not a Q, just by chance. Regardless, he finds it now. Things get tough. Orgless, where do they fight back on into this one? Still just holding within their defaults. They want to see if they can get something done over towards these stairs.
Totally flying in hot and heavy. Still a lot of Molotovs available for Orgless, actually. So if they go in towards a ramp exec, they can do quite a bit with this in terms of just the mollies. Got the one smoke to cover vision. Just going to use that as a little bit of a fake to draw out some more towards B and hold the presence here, trap the players here. There are 2 ready to defend, but the rotations will be slow. So you need HARdzao and you need Nekiz to do some serious damage. So util up the other side. That's gonna presumably pull some rotators. Now more nades are following. That's definitely gonna bring in the cavalry, but there's the first kill. That's what they're looking for. That's what they needed.
20 seconds. This timer, it's ticking down ever so slowly. It's working against Orgless. They'll try and push forward. Shadow advantage, but Daps still finds the kill. It's a big one out of him. Can the plan be committed? Yes, B-Wills has it down, and Daps charges. It's another for him, but he still needs more damage. Nighthawk on the other side of this wall, and the healthy man, he's the one to fall. Daps can get no more. A little too greedy, a little overzealous, and on B-Wills alone. 1 versus 2. He has time. He has health, but his opponents, they have a kit. Knife on, he'll do the bait, he'll swing forward. No trade! It's B-Wills instead, a double spray down. Only 2 players left alive. And Orgless still managed to win it out.
Massive credit to Daps there. The in-game leader recognized the situation, recognized he had to get those kills, and he chased. And he put the round on his shoulders and carried them across the line. That is not the role Daps typically wants to be playing. That's not the situation he usually puts himself into, but he needed it. They needed that round.
Yeah.
Daps delivered.
Oh,
that's a bit of a blunder.
In this one, well, the
unaware.
delivery is going the other way. It's B-Wills on a silver platter, given on over immediately.
Big ripperoni, perhaps. It's going to slow things down in this round. Nice engagement coming towards mid. Swisher looking for it. And he'll catch a little bit of damage off that Deeg. Maybe chase him back away. They are reaggressing, hoping that someone might have gotten hungry for that gun. It might give them an opportunity for another kill. But at least for now, paiN Gamer content to sit with the numbers advantage. And dare Orgless to make a move. We've seen Orgless play with the clock, right? Let that time grind down. So paiN Gaming can avoid giving up casualties until we get into one of those dire situation takes again. Suddenly those pistols become much more impactful.
Sure. And we're getting ever closer to that moment. 45 seconds on this clock, and it will be an attempt of a hit here towards the B side. Big Azera. A bit of trouble here behind the lunge box. Will actually try and work past the smoke. He gets one. Where's the trade? Big Azera's still alive, and he finds more. 3 somehow of the recovered rifle. Swisher is alone
25 seconds.
in a 1 versus 3, and you're right, the time it has gone so far down in mid. Swisher will just be caught in the open. The drop down, the punish. It was a massive round for Orgless to find, but the eco swings against him immediately after.
Deagles and a single SMG. Deagles and a single SMG. And they walk out of it with 3 rifles found. And a 14th round. That's a disaster for Orgless. It's the same thing that we saw on Overpass, except on Overpass we saw more of the blunders come from paiN as well, but Orgless, these ecos are just killing them. And that's a brutal way to potentially lose this map. Kills coming through. This one's a shutdown. Nothing doing here. No shenanigans coming back the other way. And that's going to be series point found for paiN. They want to put this one in their back pocket. They want to walk away with it. They want to take that dub and step away.
That they do. One more round is all it'll take for paiN Gaming to take this one on home. And the weaponry for which Orgless have to work with, it is meager, to say the very least. Pistols across the board, CZ, Tech 9s. It's not much. They've put up a valiant fight thus far. At least in the attempt at the recovery in the second half, but now they have to face PKL. He has their M4, the rifle. He spotted them, but not overcommit, and at the berm, he'll take one. Raid's there, though, so Swisher keeps this one alive, and they have a man isolated, but the Flames have claimed Swisher, so 2 versus 3 and a re-clear in through mid. The bomb, that's under the command of Nithon as he finds a kill. So Minus is the final man, the final stand. He's been spotted. He's been taken. It'll be the 2-0 victory. paiN Gaming, they win the critical game. They keep themselves in very strong contention towards the playoffs, and they take things over Orgless here. Honestly, though, Orgless, I mean, what a game. Map number 2, a blowout. But that first map, despite some of the mistakes, that